Hi, this is Susanna from WordPress Building Blocks, and today we're going to talk about how to install WordPress using the auto-installer that Siteground provides. Now, the first thing before you get started, there are three things that you should have ready. You should have a working email address. That's an email address that's working now, not tomorrow or next week. You should have a username picked out that you'd like to use. This shouldn't be something super secret because in some situations it is viewable by the public. And you should also have a strong password you'd like to use. I use a service at passwordsgenerator.net to generate strong random passwords. Now, your password for WordPress should be at least 16 characters long, including letters, numbers, and special symbols, and it should include all three. Now, once you've copied your password and pasted it someplace secure, I use a password manager program actually. Um, Go ahead and log into your SiteGround account. Now, keep in mind that your SiteGround account and your WordPress account are two different things. It's like kind of if you have a bank account and you also have a safety deposit box there. They're two different entities, even though one is inside the other. So go ahead and log into SiteGround with the username and password that you selected when you opened the account, and then click Websites in the top menu. If you have more than one website, select the one that you want to install WordPress on. If you only have one website, just go ahead and click the Site Tools button. It will take you to your SiteGround dashboard, which again is not to be confused with your WordPress dashboard, which we'll be meeting shortly. Then click WordPress in the menu on the left. Now, here is where the WordPress menu is. I hope you can see my cursor moving. And go ahead and click Install and Manage. And you'll see this screen. Now, you have two choices here. You can install WordPress, or you can install WordPress plus WooCommerce. We're going to install just plain vanilla WordPress right now. So go ahead and hit that orange select button. Once you do that, it'll change to a check mark and the word selected, so you know that's the one you picked. And you have to fill in a few fields here. So fill in your domain name. I'm using yourwpfl.com, which is the one that we started when we set up the SiteGround account. Over here on the right where it says installation path, most of the time you can leave that blank and it will automatically go to the right place. The only time you might fill that in is if you wanted to put WordPress in its own directory. So for example, if for some reason you wanted to have WordPress in your wpfl.com/WordPress, then you would type WordPress, sorry about that, you would type WordPress into this installation path field. Now the language is English for me in the United States. If you're someplace different, you need a different version of English, you have your choice of UK English or Australian English or whatever language you need. Now, notice here on the right, you have this checkbox. When you first arrive at this screen, this will be checked by default, but I want you to uncheck it. The WordPress starter is something that SiteGround has come up with. It's a completely new way of organizing your WordPress dashboard. It's fine, there's nothing wrong with it, but since not everybody is using SiteGround, we're going to go with the regular WordPress installation that everybody shares. So unclick this Install with WordPress Starter. And then scroll down and fill in your username that you decided on earlier, your password, and the email address. Now, notice there's another checkbox here. It says Add-ons, Install WordPress Multisite. You would use that if you wanted to install multiple versions of WordPress on the same hosting for different sites. We're not doing that today, so make sure that's unchecked also, and then click the Install button. This takes us to a new screen. It tells us that WordPress is installed on this domain and gives me a choice. I can go to my admin panel or I can view the site. So if you click on View Site, it's not going to be very interesting, but don't worry, we'll take care of that. This is just your basic, plain vanilla. This is what WordPress looks like before you do anything to it. And that wraps up our quick run through of how to install WordPress using the Siteground Autoinstaller. And coming up, we're going to take a look at actually logging into the WordPress dashboard, what they refer to as the admin area. And we will take a look at that. This is Susanna saying thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.